Now, the second part, welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. And this episode is about Tawaret, and it is part 2. And previously we said that her other names use vowels. A-E-I-O-U, Apet or Apet, Opet. I'm going to say it with a long vowel so you can hear the distinction. Upet, A-E-U, iPet, A-E-I-O-U. I think I said it all. So anyway, a pet. Or you can say up pet if you, just to emphasize what I'm trying to say. So anyway, those are variations of names of Tawaret. Tawaret is the hippo deity, whom is the archetype for the melanin womb of creation, and she is on the wheel of Dendera. That wheel of Dendera was blown down and now is in the Louvre. You know, the French Museum of basically it's a thieves storage facility of all the ancient treasures from indigenous lands and people. So let's put a period on that. Now there's a part 2 to Tawaret. The real Tawaret that you will not see on the net except for one picture, and I guarantee you within the next 5 years that picture is going to disappear. The picture that I'm talking about is the one with the crocodile on the back. The crocodile is on the back of the hippo. What does that mean? Well, boys and girls, let's think about, or ladies and gentlemen, let's think about, I don't know if you're offended if I say boys and girls. It's kind of like being sarcastic, but I don't mean it in a sarcastic way. You know, because this is new stuff. For a lot of people it would be new, and you know, because you might listen to Bobby Hemmit, okay? But he says such an endless amount of information. There's some things people don't have time to be detailing what he has said, but fortunately I've had some ups and downs and breaks from the matrix, and I have had the time to detail what he said, and I am on fire to repeat that knowledge. So let me continue, boys and girls. As learners, as students, the crocodile. What are crocodiles known for? Well, suppose, you know, the beast is going to tell you that they are a remnant of dinosaurs or some lie like that, because dinosaurs never existed. And that's by straight logic, but I don't want to get into talking about that. I'll talk about it another time. I guess I'll have to make a video on the lies of the world. So the crocodile is on her back. The crocodile is mixed in with the concept of dinosaurs, even though dinosaurs are fake. But the whole point is that it has longevity and it's been around a long time. That's the point of dinosaurs. Okay, so the crocodile is on her back. That's kind of strange. You know, I'm going to get a t-shirt made of that. I am. When I get some extra money, I'm going to get a t-shirt made with that crocodile on. I'm going to get a replica of the Temple of Dendera showing Tawaret with the crocodile on her back. All right, so that represents the Draconian period. And the Draconian period is the time before any written record. Let me repeat that. The Draconian period is the time before any written record. Any written record. Meaning any written, illustrative, hieroglyphic, temple building record. And that's it. That's what the crocodile represents. So although you created the archetype and concept of the hippo deity so that you could understand it now, and that it could be decoded for you now, and that it remains a permanent symbol for you to understand the concept that we're talking about, the mother of creation, which is basically just melanin, it's energy, then the crocodile, there's a period before that because you always existed. And there was a period where you were in your 100% God state. You knew everything. Everybody was equal. Everybody's a God. So there is no conflict because everything's in MAAT. I'm a God. You're a God. I'm not against you. You're not against me. We can go into our star bodies when we want to, and we can come back down to this Garden of Eden that we created also. That is the true science of the universe, boys and girls. This is not a fairy tale. And by the way, fairy tales are real. Fairy just means God, the tales of the gods. So, and it does have the word air in it now that I'm thinking about it. It's the tales of the spiritual world, is how I would translate that. So, that's it. That's what I want to say about Tawaret. Now, apply that to some celebrities. You got Tyra and Tara. Tawaret. And then you have Tara, which is a common name, an Egyptian name that you're using today, boys and girls. I know somebody named Tara in 8th grade. And then another variation on that is Tyra. And who is the famous Tyra that we know? Tyra Banks. As well as the Egyptian, the real life person, historical Egyptian of Queen Ty. I'm sure somebody out there knows personally someone named Tyra. Boys and girls, do you see your connection to Egypt? Do you see that you still have that lineage of how you're coming out with your names? Now today they are making up a lot of maybe it's perceived to be like funky names, but they're creative names that's showing the creative power of black people when they come up with their own unique name that does not go along with the flow of this modern language that we think should be somebody's name. See, they want to break up the names. They don't want long names because the long names have a meaning. So they break people's names up so that you're breaking the meaning. Because every phoneme has a meaning. But a lot of it we don't know. So when you use the word Shah in your name, that's Satan. That's Satan. Shah. So if somebody came up with the word Shalisha, or Shalisha, and I'm just making that up. You got Shah, Lee, Shah. So you have two Shahs in it. So anyway, these names that people are creating, black people are creating, they have a meaning more powerful than they even know. So anyway, we're at the 10-minute mark. That ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. And that was about the crocodile on the back of Tawaret. And you're not going to see that much. They show Tawaret by herself. But you know what they've also done is they've added a tail. Like, some pictures might add like a crocodile looking tail. So they merged the two together, but it will have completely lost its meaning if you don't have the crocodile on its back. You won't know the complete meaning, because they're going to tell you some fake bullshit meaning of Tawaret. They're going to just tell you she's a goddess of fertility. No, MFer, she's not the goddess of fertility only. She is the great mother melanin womb of creation. She is representing the great mother melanin womb of creation, which is actually the entire outer space. So let's put a period on that. And that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit.